welcome back to another episode of The Grapevine. I'm Susie.
Riham.
Susan.
And today we are going back to a topic, revisiting a topic that we did last year on The Grapevine, and that's media and social media. And we have a special guest with us today. It's Father Bishoy L. Anthony, who is from St. Anthony Monastery in the Red Sea, Egypt. He's also in charge of CYC, and he's the managing director of CYC Worldwide. Welcome, Father Bishoy.
Most welcome.
We're so happy that you're here with us today to discuss a very hot topic on media and social media. We did it last year, and it was 4 women discussing it, so now we want to definitely get your view on it and your perspective and your advice. So the first thing I wanted to ask is, from your travels, have you seen the dangers of the media and social media on our youth?
There are always dangers from the social media on our youth, everywhere in the world, either in Australia, Middle East, Canada, United States, Europe, Asia. I went everywhere and I found that the people, especially young, they are in individualism, and they have their own world. Everyone with his phone, either listening to something or looking or watching something, and they are completely away from the world.
Yes.
And all their world is whatever they get from the social media. And who is behind this media, you don't know. And it's very rare for them to just get into a spiritual media, because they are involved with everything belongs to the world. And as young as they are, as they easy to believe everything they get, even wrong things.
Yeah, they can be manipulated.
So I always tell moms and dads, please be mean, mom, and don't give your kids a phone to watch all the time,
Right.
or to put him or her in front of a TV all the time, because you will regret
Yes.
when they reach teenage. It's very dangerous for them.
Right.
So that's a permission to be mean.
Just for this.
Well, you know, one of the things I even noticed too with, like, I've downloaded like ABC things, like educational stuff on my phone for my children, and I've let them do that every once in a while. And even the teacher suggested it. She said, your daughter, she's a visual learner. She doesn't do good when you just say things to her. She has to see it. So she even recommended like a certain application on the phone for her to learn her letters. And what I noticed was, and it's kind of scary, is there's commercials that pop up.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you can't even control what's popping up. And there were like machine gun things. I'm like, how does this relate to the innocent alphabet that I had her doing? So, you know, it's like it's also like, I feel like almost like naiveness from the parents too, because you think like, oh, it's just to learn letters, but you don't know what else is popping up, you know, in there.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
And not only that, the marketing now, the marketing people, they think very, very greedy, in a very greedy way. So they don't care about your child, but what they want to let them believe in,
Yes.
they can send it or pop up from time to time in advertisement, like homosexual stuff.
Right.
And you're still, your child is a baby, innocent, and he found something. Just they want him to believe in. When they grow up, they will think about something like that.
Or at least think it's normal.
And we're seeing that even with cartoons. I mean, Susan and I have
Even in
discussed it
cartoon.
before. We're seeing
Even
Disney
actually
shows are
in
doing
Disney.
that.
Yeah, I saw it. It popped up on Twitter, trending now, and it was talking about that new Disney show that's coming out.
Right.
But anyways, that's a whole other topic.
Yes, we are
But
going to address
yeah,
that very soon. But so you were saying that you don't know who's behind. The youth definitely doesn't know who's behind the media or social media, and they are reading things and believing it. So, so you're seeing that. How do we address this situation with our youth? What can we show them? What can
We have to tell them clearly they're a guinea pig. We don't know what is gonna end with them, because they're the first generation to face such thing.
Right.
What will happen when they will reach 30, they turn 30 years old or so? What it will be in their mind? What the social media and the media will direct them to? We don't know. And they don't know. And they have to be smart enough not to be directed while they are ignorant.
Right.
They have to fight. And not because everyone doing that, I have to do it. No. Especially we are Christian and we have our own agenda. We want to go to heaven. If this social media will take me to heaven? For sure not. So we have to put into the mind of our kids that, and I always give them an example of, when Jesus made a miracle and raised the young man of the widow of Nain. Jesus was with a lot of crowd on this direction, and from the other direction is the dead person and the people. And they met in front of each other, and Jesus stopped them and gave him life. And they turned back with a live person behind Jesus in his line and went back to the city. So all of them, it were two lines. One line behind the life and one line behind the dead.
Yes.
So it is the same with us in this world. And we have to ask our kids, our children, what line you want to be? In what line? The life or the death?
Yeah.
You have to choose. So I'm not scaring them from social media, but we have to change the social media and replace the negative social media into the positive one, which is Christian one. So CYC is one of the tools that fighting very hard against the devilish worldly stuff, and especially in the media. And we are the only Christian media that fighting this in that way. Because if you look to I'm talking about our church especially, and our communities, you'll find that there is no other media, except CYC is fighting the devil. What we are talking about in CYC, existence of God, if there is God or not, homosexual stuff, same-sex marriage, and all the stuff which the world trying to force our children to believe in and to accept it as a normal thing. So you find that sometimes you can't get them out of social media, but you can just like CYC app, for example, you can download it on the phone of your kid and say, look, if you want to see anything, this is the only app you have. You can't download any other app. This is the app which if you want to watch, just click and watch. I'll be happy to have you that. Or any educational without advertisement, as she said.
Yeah, I
So
downloaded the free one.
Yeah. Don't download the free one.
Pay for it.
Yeah.
Moral
So
of the story.
they will ask you with ad or not. Say not, because you don't know what will happen with that.
That's very true.
Yeah, I learned my lesson.
Well, yeah, my son was playing a video game, and he was just playing a little kid's video game, and it had like a topless woman on the side, and I was like, you need to get out of this game, and it was on the computer, not on the phone or anything. And I was like, you can't. So now he just watches videos now, and like CYC videos of music videos with words.
So Abuna, I have a question. I find that the youth and even the children, like I have a 10-year-old girl, they do resist a little bit when you recommend to them something that is more Christian based. How do we handle that? What's your advice on that?
I think you have to not underestimate her and her mind. Be a friend of her. Talk to her directly and away from everything, especially if you are out of the house, just walking or talking or running together. and keep telling her that I want you to be something in this community. Social media will never help you to do that. It will be a blockstone in your life, in your future. So you have to be away from it. I don't mind social media, but just only 1 hour a day maximum, and no more, and under my eyes.
Yes.
And so this will be a deal, but you have to know that she's gonna bargain
Yes.
and keep saying.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can start with 5 minutes, and it will end with 1 hour.
Once 1 hour. That's a good tip.
Well, it's funny
But
because
if she watch this episode, she will know what you are
Sure,
doing.
she has to watch.
Well, it's funny because even on Facebook, like, you know, I'm careful, of course, with what I post and stuff and make sure it reflects me as a Christian. But, you know, I've noticed, like, someone sends me a friend request and I'm like, oh, yeah, I knew them from high school. I know them. You know, you accept it and you're like, whoa, you know, like, very quickly you start seeing things that you don't want to see, you know? So that's, I feel like it's so dangerous in so many aspects, you know? And then I unfollow quickly so they go away.
Right,
But
or
you know what I
hide
mean?
their
For
stuff.
somebody who's young, like, you know, it could be very
I
tricky.
was just gonna say that, like, we are adults and we're mature and we know what to look at and what not to look at. But sometimes, even the comments, they're so negative to the point, like, I really don't want to be seeing this. I really don't want to be hearing this or dealing with it. So yes,
Actually-
I do unfriend some people for the same reason,
Yeah.
even
but-
though I know them.
I will tell you, in the last month, there were 2 billion, 0.6 using Facebook, for example. 2 billion.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, and this is really a very dangerous thing, that they are moving the people according to what they want. And the advertisement, everything, like normal media, they can make Iraq as a devil and we have to destroy it, or it's an angel and we have to be a friend of it. So they can do anything.
It's very influential. Media
very
is very
influential.
Very. I log on sometimes in the morning and it's like, happy blank day, you know, and I'm like, whoa, like Facebook is talking to me now, you know, like it is telling you what to think. Or even like I'll be searching on my phone, not in Facebook, just on the internet, looking for something. And then when you log into Facebook, it pops up.
Right.
And it feels so strange. It's like, how does it know what I'm looking at, you know?
Yeah, the young people also, and we also have to know that we are watched.
Yes.
There is no secrets at all. The young people, they thought, for example, in Snapchat, because it goes very quickly, it's disappear.
Right.
Actually, no, it's there.
That's
It's
very dangerous.
archived.
Yeah, and as Jesus Christ said, nothing will be hidden. The computer is saying nothing will be hidden. Everything is there, and they can use it against you at any time.
Right.
So
Well, it's funny that you say that, because Snapchat, when I was looking it up, it was saying that it's often referred to as the sexting app, and there's a lot of cyberbullying on it, just because they believe it disappears after 24 hours. So a lot of inhibitions are. They feel like they're more free to do anything, and they're very loose and thinking, well, no one's going to catch it because it's 24 hours. I can hide it from my mom. I can hide it from my dad. It's going to go away after 24 hours unless someone saves it, I guess, on their phone or.
But you can take a
something.
picture of the screen
Yes,
so easily on
yes,
any
yes,
phone.
yes.
With
But
just two
people
buttons.
lose their inhibitions on it. They're just not thinking that way. They're like, oh, 24 hours, it's not going to last. It's fine. So-
actually, there were a girl with me, and she left with me just for a few minutes her phone to get because her hand were dirty, and to clean it, and it popped up in front of me in Snapchat, very, very bad photo for a naked girl.
Oh, wow.
And I said to her, what is this? When she came, I'm sorry, Abuna, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I said, yeah, tell me, what is this?
Right.
Who is this girl?
Yeah.
She said, she's my friend.
Wow.
Why she sent herself like that? She said, we always do that between
Oh
each
my
other.
goodness.
Oh, wow.
I said, is there any boys in the group? She said, of course. Of course? Boys are watching you like that? And you agree? She said, I can't stop. I have to comment quickly. Otherwise, they will kick me out of the group.
Oh my
pressure.
gosh.
So when I thought about her, she is under pressure that of being kicked out of the group.
Yes.
And because of that, she cannot leave the phone out of her hand all the time, day and night. Day and night. She lost her study, and she is now in a very bad situation in her class because of the phone, or iPad or whatever. So if the people understand what dangers they put into the hand of their kids, and they will face that when they are in teenage, so it will be a disaster for them, and they cannot do anything. Trust me.
Right.
I know around the world some parents tried to take the phone out of their kids. They cut themselves. They tried to commit suicide. They ran out of the house. They went to their friends for days and weeks, and their parents were crazy, crying day and night. All that because of what?
Of a phone.
I don't want to be mean
Right.
and give them whatever they want. No, of course not. And at the end, tell your kid, if this will take us to heaven, and keep telling them about heaven. I will tell you something. That I was praying with two little boys. And while I was praying with them, because I was living with them for a night, overnight with them in the house, and their parents weren't there. So they were praying. And at the end of their prayers, one of them said, Jesus, if you want to take us tonight to heaven, please do. We are waiting for you to take us to heaven.
gosh.
They were 9 years old.
Oh, I love it.
And the other boy said, yes, Lord, please take us tonight to heaven. We are waiting and we'll be very happy with you in heaven. I amazed of their prayers, but I said, there's maybe somebody taught them such prayer. And the following day, in the morning before the school, they were praying the same at the end of the prayer. Jesus, if you want to take us while we are in the school to heaven, yes, Lord, please take us. We are waiting for you to take us. And the other one, yes, Lord, Jesus, send us your angel to take us at any time, but not in the break, either before the break or after the break. And after they finished that, and I met with their parents, I said, how did you teach your kids such a prayer? They said, no, Buna, we didn't. I said, what happened? They said they invented.
Oh, wow.
How come? They said, look, we were afraid that one of the granddad or mom go to heaven and it will be shocking for the kids. So we keep telling them about heaven and what is in heaven and what looks like. So they loved it so much.
Wow.
They start saying, we want to be in heaven. Take us into heaven. So
very
I
sweet.
think the parents has to know that they have to put into the mind of their kids, we are special, we are unique, we are not from this world.
Right.
Yes, we are in the world to change the world, not the world change us. And we keep telling them that since they are very little, so they believed it, and they grow up with that idea.
So it's interesting, Ibuna, you were talking about how there's 2.6 billion users on Facebook. I don't know if it was, did you say yesterday or last week or last month?
This month.
That's actually a very huge number and very shocking, especially because we're learning that Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Google are censoring certain pages and articles and videos that are conservative or moderate or Christian. So, I mean, what can we do? Is there any other social media that's geared towards Christians for them to be able to see the truth, to be able to read articles about the truth and about the stuff that the mainstream media won't show them? Or is there this? I know CYC is great. CYC is an awesome media station for us, but I'm also talking about social media where they can interact with others that have the same belief or are interested in the truth and not being censored.
Yeah, I believe that there is some churches, they make groups among the youth, among themselves.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's connected with other groups and other churches.
Yeah.
So they can talk with each other. And there were always the servants among them in the group or abun fathers. So they will not say something wrong,
Yes.
and they will know that yes, I'm talking to my friend, but still there is somebody observing us. So I think those interaction in a Christian way and safe way for us, it's very good.
Right.
I don't want them to be isolated from everything, but also, actually, I'm in many groups, young people or youth. They're amazing. They're amazing. If you read what they are writing about fathers' sayings, what the former fathers' sayings, the paradise, the fathers of the paradise of the fathers, and a lot of the stuff which it gives me also more information and all about Christ. And they have fun sometimes, and they mock at each other sometimes in a very nice way and very polite way. And if there is something wrong, you find somebody come in the middle and say, guys, behave. And everyone behave after that.
Yes, yes.
So it's very good to, and in these groups, trust me, in one of the groups, around 230 young people, and all of them boys. And the girls, they have the same.
Is that like on WhatsApp or? On
Yeah,
the-
in
oh,
WhatsApp.
okay.
Yeah.
But
That's fine.
okay, so that's really good. We have WhatsApp groups also within our church, and it does help. Or within the Sunday school girls, but I mean where they can actually read articles, because I was saying that they're censored on Facebook and they're censored on YouTube. All the videos. And
That's good. What we can do, you are in the group,
yeah,
and you read one of the articles is very touchy and very good.
yeah,
Just send the link to everyone.
right.
Guys, read that, and this is what they do also in the
Yes,
group. Read that. It's great articles, and they click and they will read it.
What about Coptic World? This was a website that came to life like
It has an
3,
article.
4 years ago. It was supposed to be a way to connect all the Coptic people all over the world. Where you can
This is
chat
another
with
thing,
somebody.
yeah.
You can chat with somebody. You can advertise your business if you want.
I need to look into that. I don't feel like
you can
I don't
find
remember-
links to
Is
all
it still around? Is it around?
It is. I just don't think it's that well known. For some reason,
And if it
maybe
is
we
known,
need to,
you have to
have an
understand-
episode about that.
Right.
The problem is you will find it known by more older people than very young people. And we have to, as much as we can, not title,
Yes.
put titles for stuff that makes our young people away from us,
Yeah.
or those who want to know Christ. For example, when we started to CYC, we call it Christian Youth Channel, not Coptic Youth Channel. While it's Coptic, it's very Coptic.
Yes.
But I said, if it is Christian Youth Channel, all the Christian people around the world, or anybody wants to know about Christ or Christianity,
They're invited.
they will.
Yeah.
It's inclusive.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, not only the Coptic people. So I wish that we have any social media. We put just like the groups which I'm telling you. It's one of them called Boys Something or Girls Something. So boys and girls. It's like the other
Yeah.
parties in the world, but they're very Christian.
Yes.
So as much as we can, we can't confront our kids with titles. Go to Coptic something. Go to. This is not a wise thing.
It's not inclusive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. It's exclusive. It's not inclusive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree.
So we talked about social media a lot. Is there an age that you think is appropriate to start, exposing them to social media? Because I know we talked about limiting it to an hour, but really, like, at what age do you think it should start, or is there an age?
Your baby will start even when he's
Trust me, they're not even 1
Few
year
months.
old yet, and they.
a year with diapers.
Yes.
He
Yes.
will
Abuna, yes.
catch it
Yes.
and will try to.
Yes.
I think there is no age for that. But you're teaching as a mom, it's very important. And if you are close to your kid from a little age, it will help you when they are 18 age. to have influence on them.
Yeah.
Mom's always giving orders,
That's true.
which is
That's what I've been
not-
told.
Always working.
Now, they will come to a point that will not accept your orders.
Right.
And will say, no, sorry, I'll not do it.
You
And
can't
if
make
you-
me.
Yeah.
And if you tell her, eat this cloth, you will go to the church too. Mom, don't judge. And you will not do anything. And you keep saying, I'm not judging. You're nervous. Don't be loud.
They do that.
They really are.
They do that exactly.
So funny. I'm gonna say, I'm not kidding. I have some of those conversations now, and she's only 5.
Yeah. So we have to understand that we have to be friends of our kids and talk to them a lot. They're already getting all their information from social media and media.
And that's not good.
And what we have to do to give them a source of another information. And actually, if you take from your kid the phone or iPad and say to him, just sit, it's crazy. You can't do that. But the best way is to take him for sports or her for sports as much as you can.
Right.
Kill her in exercises. So she will have no time
Energy.
or energy to watch anything or, Mom, I want to sleep. It's okay, Habib. Let us pray. Let's pray before you sleep, and that's it.
Right.
But they have energy, and we have to use this energy positively, not negatively.
Right.
Well, and what's funny is even if they are on social media, they're not using any energy. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
It's like so destructive more than anything. So.
And I myself have seen some kids, they lost their lives. They got kind of addiction, very strong addiction, and they cannot leave the room.
Yes.
Young men,
Yes.
17, 18, 20 years old, they are playing like crazy, playing with somebody they don't know, and they keep, or they contacted somebody they don't know. And some of them, they contact the girls and say to them, I'm a girl like you, while he's not a girl at all. And he knows from her everything about her life. And she can be kidnapped or
It's very dangerous.
anything happen.
And we're seeing
So
that.
we have to tell our kids about that. And we have to dig into the internet and find these things, which the social media not mention it in a very big way, and find it and show it to them. Look, this girl has been kidnapped because of so and so and so.
Right.
So scare them. If they don't listen to you with love, they will get scared and they will not do a lot of stuff.
They'll be hopefully more
negative stuff.
cautious. I did watch a video once about, I guess parents have discussed with their kids, you're not supposed to talk to strangers on Facebook or on these social medias. And so there was an experiment that was done where a man said, I acted like I was their age and I asked them to friend me. I sent them fake pictures and everything, and I told them to meet me in the park. Is that with the parents' permission? He asked if he can trick the daughters or to do that.
And they did.
And they did.
I've seen that.
So the parents are like, yes, go. I know my
Yes,
daughter is not
that's
going to
true.
fall for it and everything. She'll be your friend, but she won't go meet you. And every single case, the daughters went and met this person, and he acted like he was grabbing them in a van or he was an adult or something. And the parents would come out and they were shocked, like, how dare you? How could you do this? We've talked about this. How could you do this? And it's almost, they feel invincible that no one is going to hurt them. And they're sneaking out of their parents' homes to meet these strangers that they think is their age. So, I mean, I
So
thought
we
that was a
have
very
to
good
tell
video.
our kids about that clearly.
Yes, there's a lot of dangers to social media, and
But I think being in that experiment is like a lesson learned.
I know.
They'll
but
never do it
are we
in
gonna
real
do
life.
It to every kid? Maybe we should. Maybe we should do it to our own kids.
But as much as we can, we have to replace negative media with a good media because they have to watch something. We can't just ignore it and say no media.
Yes.
We cannot.
Well,
Agreed.
Father Bishoy, I agree, and I think that's what we love about CYC is that you managing it and you being in charge. You've actually given us a lot of freedom and to address all issues and talk about everything truthfully, whether we're opposing each other or opposing what the church does, just to address it and then come out with a spiritual message. So, thank you for doing that with
Yes.
CYC.
But-
It's a media source that we can trust.
Yeah, but not only for adults like you. Actually,
For the youth.
for the youth and for the kids. They
Yes.
have the freedom to have their own show
Right.
at any time.
Yes.
If a group, I remember in Canada, I just gathered 3 girls and 4 girls together, and I said to them, okay, sit and talk about anything, any topic you like. They said, really, Abuna? I said, yeah, say your opinion, whatever you want. And I put the cameras and everything, and I said, just talk about, what are you going to talk about? They said, fashion. I said, okay, talk about fashion. And they kept talking about fashion a lot. And I said, another episode about what, they said tattoo. I said, okay, tattoo. And they said about piercing. Yes, okay, go with piercing. Haircut. Okay, go with haircut. And they kept talking about all this around 8 episodes.
That's very nice.
On the same
Amazing.
day. And I just left them to say whatever they want. And actually they said very, very good things. Very good things. I appreciate a lot.
Yes.
But some of of their opinion, of course, wasn't very perfect. So after they finished, I said, what would you like to call this show? It's your show. They said, you name it, Abuna. I said, no, it's your show. Whatever you say. They came with a very nice name. They call it Teen 411.
Oh, I like
Oh,
that.
I like
That's
that.
really good.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And you will find it on CYC. And after that, we, with our editing, we get another Abuna, and he's young Abuna, young father, and he starts to comment on every topic of these topics.
That's very
so
cool.
we
That's
connected
really
together in one episode. So this is your opinion as a young girl, and this is the opinion of the church.
Right.
That's
So-
very cool.
It's very easy. Anybody can have a program. Anybody can have a show. You might heard about this girl that we started with her a show called Marina Show.
Oh, yes.
And Marina, she was great, and she was still young. She was in the first year of university, and now she's a lawyer, a big lawyer, and she did a great job. And she were thinking, and she tried to call opera to her show.
Yeah.
And she was saying in her message, telling her that I am the opera of the Coptic Church, so I want to meet with real opera.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So anybody can have a show. Anybody can just come, and the media is there. Why I look to another media, negative media?
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. And also, like, you know, the more shows like that on CYC, the kids and the youth are going to feel connected to it. This is
Yeah.
my channel because it really voices my opinions. So,
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
Well, we want to thank you, Father Bishoy, for joining us and discussing this controversial and hot topic. And we hope that our viewers learned a lot, and the parents of the viewers are being mean. So thank you very much, Father
Thank you,
Bishoy.
Gwen.
Thank you.
Most welcome. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.